We get an update on the robberies in Copper Beach.
We look at the consequences of the government shutdown.
And the University Program Board brings ice and snow inside for some winter fun.
This is Bries TV.
Live from the Allison B. Parker Studio in the School of Media Arts and Design at James Madison University, this is Bries TV.
Good afternoon, JMU. I'm Anna Saunders.
And I'm Sydney Jacksheimer. Thanks for joining us on Bries TV. Over winter break, there were a series of break-ins that happened to a row of townhomes in Copper Beach. Unfortunately, it was not the first time this street had been hit with crime. I took a look into how Harrisonburg police are investigating. On a back porch just like the one I'm on right now, a group of individuals were caught on camera checking back doors and breaking into homes that were left unlocked. Now police are asking for your help to identify the individuals. Harrisonburg Police Department set up the cameras on Copper Beach Circle after the row of townhomes were broken into over Thanksgiving break.
Over Christmas break, we actually placed cameras up in the neighborhood, and we actually caught a group of individuals going into a couple of the units.
Residents who were robbed found several things missing from their apartment.
We were missing electronics and cash.
I had a safe that was taken, a duffel bag, a bunch of Xbox games. I had some Beats headphones.
Detective Life gave advice on what to do if you or your roommate notices forced entry or that something may be missing from your apartment.
First, don't touch anything. If drawers are open and things are moved, don't go immediately clean it up, because that's a good opportunity for us to get fingerprints or DNA.
Residents who were victims to the burglaries the first time around made some changes to their routine when they left for winter break. They insist that other students should do the same.
Definitely make sure everything's locked. Know who's leaving last in the apartment.
If you recognize anyone in these photos or have any information regarding the burglaries in Copper Beach, call 540-437-2640. And of course, always make sure to lock up. Reporting for Bries TV in Harrisonburg, I'm Sydney Jacksheimer.
The government shutdown is now on its 28th day, and the battle between Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi and President Trump has deepened. On Wednesday, Speaker Pelosi sent a letter to President Trump asking him to make his State of the Union speech in writing and not in person to a joint session of Congress. On Thursday, President Trump responded by denying access of military planes to Democrats who are planning to travel to Afghanistan.
January 20, the date of the State of the Union is not a sacred date. It's not constitutionally required.
Trump aides are looking for alternatives to deliver the State of the Union, including a campaign-style rally or another speech in the Oval Office. Democrats and Republicans remain in a stalemate to arrive at a deal that would reopen the government. The shutdown has led to the inactivity of federally owned organizations, one of which being the Food and Drug Administration. Some employees have returned to inspect high-risk food, but some food safety advocates have 4 tips to eat safely and smartly. Avoid prepackaged foods like sandwiches and salads. Stick to things you have control over cooking at home. Wash all your produce and stick to brand names you know and trust.
National parks around the country are feeling the effects of the shutdown, and Shenandoah National Park is no exception. With fewer employees available, many of the park's roads have been closed, making it less accessible for visitors. If the shutdown continues, the fee-free day that is scheduled for Martin Luther King Jr. Day will not occur. This is according to Shenandoah National Park Lodging, a co-sponsor of the event.
The Stanton Innovation Hub is looking to jumpstart Stanton's economy by giving local entrepreneurs a place to collaborate. I visited the hub earlier this week to see the space and hear about their plans for future growth. Under the direction of Chris Kane, the Stanton Innovation Hub has not even been open for a year and already has a wait list. The Stanton Innovation Hub is designed to attract innovators of all ages to a modern and collaborative workspace in downtown Stanton.
Folks who are in the entrepreneurship universe look at rural areas as not being as helpful and resourceful as urban areas or bigger cities. And what we want to really do is kind of call that out a little bit and say not so fast.
While some might wonder why Stanton, those who work at the Innovation Hub ask a different question.
If we can help bump Stanton up another notch to help young people that are graduating from Mary Baldwin or JMU to stay in our area, then why not?
The hub comes complete with 6 offices, private phone booths, a conference room, and communal spaces that anyone can rent.
It's been great. I mean, I've only been here for a week and a half, but I already really like it. It's just like very communal, which is great, but also really easy to get privacy when you need it.
Even though Kane says the response from the community has been great, there are plans for major expansion to create what Kane is calling a campus. There are even plans to take what they have done beyond the city limits.
So we want to be able to get our ideas out into the valley and ideally be able to replicate that not only across Virginia, but in other areas as well.
Reporting for Bries TV in Stanton, Virginia, I'm Anna Saunders. Next up on Bries TV,
the Environmental Performance Standards Advisory Committee is seeking new members within the Harrisonburg community.
And the University Program Board held an indoor ice skating event. All up next on Bries TV.
This is Bries TV.
New Year's resolutions are in full force. Senior reporter Kayla Merriman headed out to UREC to see how some students are living out their resolutions.
We're halfway through our first month back at JMU and with some new resolutions to kick off 2019. But with those new goals in mind, I'm here at UREC to see what's happening as some students are checking gym time off their list. One UREC employee started her fitness journey in 2015, and it all came about after creating her New Year's resolutions.
I just started to run. I ran 2 miles for 2 months straight.
At the time, Sierra didn't know that UREC would have such a positive impact on her life as it does today.
I just saw how much UREC has changed my mindset and me as a person.
She would later start a position with the Welcome Center at UREC to make those coming in feel comfortable and confident.
Have a good one.
Before hitting the gym.
Hello. How are you? Makes me want to help others as well. So that's really why I wanted to work here, especially in the Welcome Center, because you're that first face they see.
To make your resolutions stick, you're going to have to create a routine or increase the level or 2.
As soon as I get out of class, just get all my work done, and then I know I'm just coming to the gym at 8 o'clock.
If you want to get in the groove of going to the gym, but may still feel hesitant, Sierra has some advice for you.
Start small. It doesn't have to be some extreme thing.
Reporting in Harrisonburg for Bries TV, I'm Caitlin Merriman.
In social media news this week, an egg broke the record for the most Instagram likes, now having over 48 million likes. This record shattered Kylie Jenner's most liked photo, which has 18 million likes. No one has cracked the case of the account's identity, so anyone could have hatched this plan. The friendly city just got a little friendlier. Harrisonburg Tourism and Visitor Services has opened an additional visitor center to welcome guests to our area. The Visitor Center at Valley Mall is a self-service facility with a touchscreen feature. It is filled with area amenities, an interactive map, branded kiosks, and free travel information. The additional center will be open daily during regular mall hours and will host on-site demonstrations throughout the year. The Hardesty Higgins House Visitor Center downtown is still welcoming visitors, but this hands-on addition will help accommodate the over 60,000 visitors Harrisonburg sees each year.
Center. Why another visitor center? People are online, they're on their mobile devices all the time. Honestly, we find that not to be always true. There are visitors that want to come and really grab something while they're here, a piece of collateral, a map, and they want to talk to a live person. So visitor centers are still something that are really important to people.
The City of Harrisonburg is looking to add members to its Environmental Performance Standards Advisory Committee. This committee works with the city in pursuing the Environmental Action Plan, which covers topics such as land use, energy efficiency, and water quality. The committee is taking on new members to ensure that the plan represents the needs of the community as a whole. Active members within the community who are concerned with such topics are encouraged to apply to fill the 6 available vacancies. According to the city manager's office, there are no restrictions prohibiting JMU students from joining. Those interested in applying can go to www.harrisonburgva.gov/boards and fill out the application. They are being accepted until Friday, February 1st. Amy Snyder has been appointed assistant to the city manager of Harrisonburg by Eric Campbell, Harrisonburg's current city manager. Snyder comes from DeKalb, Georgia, where she currently serves as the lead policy analyst. Campbell stated that, quote, her background, education, and passion for public service are tremendous assets to the Harrisonburg community. Snyder will begin on Wednesday, January 30th, and says she is excited to be serving the Harrisonburg community by, quote, working with residents, city staff, and city leadership on projects and programs across the city.
Couldn't think of the right word for your essay due Monday? Today is National Thesaurus Day, which is observed every year on January 18th in honor of Peter Mark Roget's birthday, the author of the first English thesaurus.
The University Program Board brought a typically outdoor activity inside, but those who were attending loved the switch up.
It's getting icy here at Festival Ballroom as the University Program Board is hosting its first ever indoor ice skating rink. And the best part, it's all free. From the hot chocolate and live entertainment by JMU a cappella groups to, of course, the ice skating. The faces of those attending makes this event priceless.
I've been ice skating before, and it was tragic, so I thought, why not introduce that to a college environment with all these people I respect and love?
Taylor wasn't the only participant having a blast on the rink. UPB was expecting a large turnout just from the responses on their Facebook event page.
We have had over 600 people respond that they're definitely coming.
The line to get into Festival Ballroom wrapped around the building, but the wait to get out and enjoy that winter tradition wasn't long at all.
We got here 10 till 7, and we're walking around the lot, and we're just looking at it like, okay, if we're here 30 minutes later, we're leaving. And we got in like 15 minutes later.
With the incredible turnout UPB saw on Friday, there may be another ice skating day presented again. For now, in Harrisonburg, Caitlin Merriman, Bries TV.
Coming up, Paige has sports. What's the update, Paige?
Well, Jimmy Moreland has an agent for the pros, and Kayla Cooper-Williams is setting school history for blocks. We'll also take a look at basketball and track and field this week. All of that and more coming up on the Bries TV Sports Wrap.
This is Bries TV.
I am so happy to welcome you all back to the Bries TV Sports Wrap. In case you forgot, I'm Paige Ellenberger. With his time as a Duke in the books and the NFL Draft just around the corner, the 2018 CAA Defensive Player of the Year, Jimmy Moreland, has been invited to the 94th East-West Shrine game. The first-team All-American cornerback is the third player in JMU history to compete in the All-Star game. He joins the Buffalo Bills' Dean Marlowe and the Cleveland Browns' Earl Watford. Moreland is the JMU all-time leader of career interceptions with 18 and interceptions for a touchdown with 6, which is just one shy of the FCS all-time record. Standing at 5'11" and weighing in at 175 pounds, he has 2 interceptions in the opening practice, catching the eyes of media and scouts, especially the Detroit Lions, who paid a trip to the Valley at a practice session last season. Kickoff is set for tomorrow at 3 p.m. in St. Petersburg, Florida. You can watch the game on the NFL Network. The track and field team started its 2019 indoor season a little over 2 Fridays ago at the George Mason Father Diamond Invitational. JMU's Alexis Taylor, Sidra Morris, and Dominique Johnson were all ECAC qualifiers, while sophomore Brooke Mannion, seniors Olivia Viprana, and Sidra Morris all took first place. The women then traveled to West Virginia for the Marshall's women-only meet. The Dukes finished midway through their opponents, coming in 3rd out of 6. JMU men's basketball is now 2-4 in the CAA. They went through the emotions this past week after a big home win against Towson. The Dukes had intentions on back-to-back wins, but the Tigers had other plans. In the first half of the game, the Tigers held the Dukes to just 39% shooting, all while dominating the boards, out-rebounding JMU by 10. It was sophomores Matt Lewis and Darius Banks who had a combined 29 points in the second half alone, who helped the Dukes push above the Towson Tigers 74-65. The Dukes packed up shop and hit the road late last night for a pair of away games. Their first stop was in Delaware to face off against the Blue Hens, who are 2nd in the CAA. Coming off of 2 wins, the Dukes were optimistic, but the Blue Hens had other plans. They scored 61% in the first half and barely let up in the second as they shot 50%. Sophomore Matt Lewis accounted for 22 points for the Dukes, but could not get past the Hens. Delaware wins 76-69. The JMU women's basketball team is off to a fire start this season, leading the CAA with 4 conference wins and 0 losses. The Dukes rocked the Valley this past weekend, accounting for 2 of those wins, starting off with Hofstra. JMU came out with a strong Kamaya Smalls tray. the first lead that they were not willing to give up. They shot an impressive 47% on the game, the highest shooting percent all season, and sealed the win 77-54. The Dukes were not finished just yet. Precisely 2 days later, on Sunday, they went on to defeat the Northeastern Huskies. JMU did not allow the Huskies to shoot above a 30% on the game, while they completed half of their field goals. The Dukes capitalized on Husky turnovers, scoring 22 points when given the opportunity. JMU then went on a 37-point lead halfway through the fourth quarter to really seal the deal. They beat the Huskies 84-49. Speaking of women's basketball, redshirt junior Kayla Cooper-Williams passed Nikki Newman's second all-time block record this past weekend against Hofstra. She's well on her way to become the all-time blocker at JMU. Bries TV's Siobhan Johnson dug a bit deeper.
Redshirt junior Kayla Cooper-Williams has overcome many feats in her 3 years on the James Madison women's basketball team. From being named CAA Rookie of the Year her freshman year, to a heartbreaking injury, and now back on top breaking records. As a freshman, she set the single-season block record with 71, placing her at 15th on the all-time career list.
With the skill set she got and the size she had, so that was interesting. But when she got here, we knew really quickly we had a player.
1 week away from the season opener of her sophomore year, she tore her ACL in an exhibition game and was forced to sit out to heal.
When you don't have something for a little bit and you get it back, you're like so excited. So that's basically what it was for me.
Cooper-Williams was timid coming back, but pushed through her fears. Midway through her redshirt junior season, she's leading the CAA in rebounds, block shots, and now within 10 of setting the all-time block record.
My goal is to just keep on the threat.
Some would say it's like she never left the court. For Bries TV Sports, I'm Siobhan Johnson.
I cannot wait to give you the JMU athletic scoop this upcoming semester. Now back to you guys, Anna and Sydney.
Thanks, Paige. Coming up, Rihanna is suing her dad. Netflix is announcing a price hike for its subscribers.
And JMU students talk New Year's resolutions. Up next on Bries TV.
This is Bries TV.
This Monday is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. While this may mean a day free from classes for JMU students, the Center for Multicultural Student Services is putting on the 32nd annual MLK Celebration Week to celebrate his life and legacy. Festivities begin Monday evening with the formal program in Memorial Hall at 6 p.m. This program brings the Harrisonburg community together to commemorate the memory of Dr. King with dramatic performances and speakers. Dr. Brittany Cooper, a profound writer, teacher, and influential public speaker, will deliver the keynote speech. Throughout the week, CMIS is hosting numerous events, including the NAACP Breakfast on Tuesday, a documentary screening of Brother Outsider Behind the March on Washington on Wednesday, a March and Speak Out event on Thursday, and to conclude the week, an MLK Student Gala with food and entertainment will be held on Friday evening. And now David Ramirez has two guests in studio from CMIS for an interview. Hey, David.
Thank you so much, Anna. Yes, I am joined here by Chanel Bailey and Kerrigan Coley from Central of Multicultural Student Services. Thank you, ladies, for being with us today.
Thank you for having us.
All right, so for those that don't know a lot about CMIS, could you tell us a little bit about the organization and your guys' roles in this coming week's events in particular?
So CMIS isn't technically an organization, it's more like a center on campus that houses organizations. So it houses almost all multicultural organizations that you can think of, as well as like Multicultural Greek Life, like LSA, VSA, all things like that. As far as MLK, like we have different committees that we're a part of. So me specifically, I'm a part of the Community Service and Outreach Committee, and I'm what we would call a co-chair. So basically, I'm in charge of coming up with where we are doing our community service project and who we're doing it with, what type of activities we're going to do. This year, our community service project is on Friday, right before the gala. So basically, we're going to be going to the Lucy Sims Center and Stone Springs to volunteer with the kids and putting on little like programs and like arts and crafts with them this year.
Awesome. Now, it actually does sound from the package that we just saw and what you just said that there's a broad range of events, everything from community service to entertainment. Why is that important when planning this kind of event?
I really think it's important because it just captures the whole message behind Martin Luther King. It really allows for us to incorporate things that are more recent, more current, get people interested in the topic, get people motivated to have those discussions. So then having a variety of events really just speaks to a variety of needs.
Now, I actually attended a couple of the events last year and had the opportunity to perform at one of them actually. And not only are they entertaining, they are informative, and there is a message there that although we've come so far, there's still so much work to do. So how do you think your work through CMIS pushes us further towards that more just and equal society that Martin Luther King dreamt about all those years ago?
Well, I know specifically, like with my committee, like I said, we do community service. We ask for everyone in the community to come help out and like be a part of the service day. So we sent out email blasts, like we've posted flyers around campus asking for volunteers. Anyone can actually come sign up and volunteer to be a part of the community service day, and that's kind of how we push people to, you know, be more inclusive and to do more things together, because everyone wants to, you know, help out the kids and, you know, play with kids and do arts and crafts. So that's like a really big part that we can make everyone together.
All right. Anything else?
Kind of
to
like
wrap it
going
up?
off of that, I would say really the main purpose is to educate, because you can't sit there and try and embody something, embody a vision if you don't know much about it. So a lot of the events that we have, the programs that we have are designed to educate everyone.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. And if you want to attend any of the events in the coming week, check your emails. They're all to JMU emails, or visit CMIS in Madison Union. Anna, back to you.
Thanks so much, David. Let's dive into some entertainment news. Rihanna files a lawsuit against her father, Ronald Fenty. She accuses Fenty and his business partner of misrepresenting her name and negotiating business deals behind her back. She is seeking damages in her suit. Netflix has just announced the largest price hike in company history. As the streaming giant invests in new programs, packages for U.S. users will increase in price by $1 to $2. New users will pay the higher price immediately. Current users should expect to see a higher bill within the next few months. Taking the #1 spot in last weekend's box office is The Upside, with an opening weekend gross of $20 million. In #2, Aquaman dominates the box office for the 4th weekend in a row, earning just over $17 million in weekend box office sales. Finally, A Dog's Way Home grosses $11 million for their opening weekend, placing it #3 in the box office leaderboard.
Our reporter Peyton Kennedy is in the studio with some Duke's New Year's resolutions. Hey, Peyton.
Hey Sydney, and welcome back Dukes. It's a new year and new semester, and with that comes new resolutions. I spoke with some students on the quad about their goals for 2019. Let's hear the highlights.
My New Year's resolution is to be more outgoing and meet new people and say yes to more things. Just try and put myself in more situations, like having it be the first week of classes, it's helping a lot because it's like all new people and all new things. So just trying to be more open.
My New Year's resolution is to study more. I'm planning to go to a library more and actually take notes in class to read them over.
My New Year's resolution is to drink more water. It's going good. I've been drinking a lot of water. So what helped me drink more was I got this mug from Starbucks with a straw in it, but just holding it around with me, like I've been drinking it more. So I just bring it everywhere I go.
Yeah, I'm gonna practice soccer more to be more active. Yeah, we practice on the quad, and then I also practice at UREC, and then I dribble the ball everywhere I go. Yeah.
Well, Sydney, lots of really good resolutions in that package. Do you have one this year?
I want to do yoga at least once a week. I've been doing it, so that's
nice.
good.
Off to a good start.
Yeah, how about you?
Kind of similar. A little fun fact about me, I've never been able to touch my toes.
Oh,
so by 2020, I want to just bend down and do it.
Yeah,
so.
well, maybe come to yoga with me and you'll make
let's
that
start.
goal.
Let's start off with the toe touch first,
Yeah.
and then we'll get into that.
All right.
Well, that'll do it for us this week on Bries TV.
Have a great weekend.